This is Newsradio WFLA.
It's 7:52, and in spite of what my doctor has told me, sunscreen might not be good for your health, because I'm told to use it when I go jogging and stuff like that, on the back of my neck and things like that.
You use a whole bottle on your nose, though, don't you?
I do put it on my nose. But Dr. Omar Durani is with us now, medical expert here. And Dr. Durani, they've got an FDA study that says the chemicals in sunscreen are bad for you. Is that right?
Not necessarily bad for you. What the study pretty much showed was just stating that more studies need to be done to look at the long-term effects of the absorption of these particular chemicals. It was a gateway study to kind of give a deadline to many of the U.S. manufacturers to provide more data long-term on particular ingredients. And so it raises some very important questions. But the authors of the study, the FDA, and the doctor speaking right now, and the majority of doctors will say sunscreen is still safe to use, and it's important that it's used, especially as the summertime kicks in right now.
Now, is there a difference between using the sunscreen and maybe the sun stick that you would put on your nose, your face?
Good question. So there's two major types of sunscreen. The one that the study had brought up was chemical sunscreen. And this chemical sunscreens, you tend to see the sprays or the waterproof type that go on clear, versus the barrier sunscreen. That's zinc oxide, titanium oxide barriers. You classically look at you think of the surfer with the white paste on the nose. It's a thicker kind of cream that doesn't go on invisible, and that actually does not absorb into the skin. And so if an individual or family is very concerned about sunscreen, well, then you can defer more to the physical barrier type of sunscreen, the one that has zinc oxide, titanium oxide. They tend to have, on the sensitive aisle or the baby aisle, tend to be that type. The chemical sunscreen is that waterproof spray-on that you typically see now. And that's the one that more studies will come out in regards to what it really means. In short, that study was showing individuals placing large amounts of that sunscreen 4 times a day. And then the blood was checked for these chemicals, and it was found to have a significant elevated levels of those chemicals being absorbed in, which is not shocking. Anything you put through your skin does get absorbed, but what does that necessarily mean? And so important questions are raised, and more studies will and need to be done.
Well, we appreciate your joining us on AM Tampa Bay. What's your website?
It's diamondphysicians.com.
diamondphysicians.com. And thank you for being on board here, Dr. Omar Durani. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.